Yeah, they done got me up out the bed to get on live and have a convo. We're here to discuss the definition of racism once again because evidently people still believe that prejudice and racism are not synonyms. So I'm here to pull up the definition in this dictionary. I have a dictionary from the year 2005 with the original definition of racism, the definition that existed up until the Democrats took over the damn dictionary. Because if you guys don't know, the definition of racism was changed in the year 2020, which is also the year that they killed George Floyd. And it was changed for political purposes. I hope y'all can understand that. They changed the definition of racism for political purposes. Hey, the Lock Nation, Locknified. So let me tell y'all what's going to go down right now. So I had a follower in my comment section who wanted to get on live with me, who wanted to have a conversation. I'm here at 11 a.m. because the lady told me she was available at 11. She wanted to argue with me about what the definition of racism is. So like I said, I have my dictionary here. I hope she makes an appearance. But if not, the Lock Nation, Locknified, him and I were supposed to also get on live a couple of days ago to discuss why he left the Democratic plantation, like I did. So if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Locknified, I'm saying your name all wrong. If you wouldn't mind sending me a request to join, I would love to hear your story now. While we wait on Miss Lock and Key, which is the name of the girl who was supposed to be coming on live with me, we're gonna see if she makes an appearance because she's the one who told me 11 a.m. So I got my black ass out the bed. I put my robe on. I brushed my teeth. I took my bonnet off. And here I am. So I'm ready to have this discussion. But in the meantime, we can hear Mr. the Lock Nation Locknified story. So I'm going to send him a request because I'm really trying to have him make an appearance. Y'all had a good sleep? Good night? You know, give me some good news. Because like I said, I'm here to discuss the definition of racism. This is the dictionary, as y'all can see. It's a little beat up, but it still got all the definitions of words and shit, so it doesn't really matter. And the one definition that I love the most is the word racism that's in here, because this dictionary tells us that the word racism and prejudice are synonyms. So while people on the left who have been brainwashed try to make a distinction between racism and prejudice as if they mean two different things, this dictionary tells me they're synonyms. So it's like, you can't really argue with the dictionary. So I'm hoping that this lady comes in. I had a big confident lady in my messages, in my comments. Oh, here we go. How you doing, Dilop?
Yo, what's good? Zaza, what's good?
Oh my God, it's so nice to finally get you on here.
What's
How you doing?
pretty good. How are you?
I'm amazing. All right. So we have Mr. D-Lock. Wait, how do you say your username? Because I'm going to say it wrong.
D-Lock Nation, Locknified.
D-Lock Nation Locknified. Mr. D-Lock Nation.
Yeah.
He's one of my best followers. He's not a commie. He's on the right side of history. And he's from Chicago like me.
Yep. Shall I represent?
Yes. So he obviously knows what's up. I actually seen you make YouTube videos about my videos.
Yeah.
I love what you were saying. So just go ahead and tell the people on here your story of why you ended up leaving the left. What happened with that?
I used to be a bot, like Sneeko said. I used to be a bot. I used to blindly believe that all Republicans were bad. All Republicans were racist, bro. Yeah. A lot of people in my kinfolk, they blindly voted Democrat. They voted Democrat no matter who, no matter what, it was they brainwashed me to believe that Democrat equates to goodness, it equates to virtue, it equates to morality, but it doesn't. Just because you are a Democrat, that doesn't mean that you are honorable or laudable or respectable. So
Amen.
yeah, I believed a lot of uh mendacious just false things that did not make sense. Yeah, when I was able to vote, I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Ah,
Just
shit.
because she was a Democrat, bro. Yeah, it was,
Oh Lord.
yeah. When I was in college,
Oh.
yeah, I was super woke in college, yo. Yeah, I was
Oh.
in
Yeah. I mean,
the blacks.
it's pretty inevitable, honestly. Can I ask, how did you feel when you found out that Trump got elected? Were you one of the people crying online, or?
I wasn't really online like that. I wasn't. Yeah, I was focused on my school, my work and stuff. So I
Scholar.
wasn't really, but yeah, but I, I was. People told me that Trump was bad and he was devilish and all that. I just believed it blindly.
Yeah.
I did not do any research, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can relate to that. It was insane when Trump was elected. I was a junior in high school, and I had
yeah,
my teachers. I went to a very liberal high school. The teachers at that school was in there crying and acting like, we was gonna go to war. Like, I'm like, look, y'all are doing too much. And it was white. I
tweaking.
had a bunch of white teachers. They was in there acting like, they're like, we're so sorry. Just wanted to apologize that you guys have to grow up in a world like this. And I'm like, can y'all stop? Like,
Yeah,
we
they're
finna
bugging.
die. And
Yeah,
I was anticipating something happening the whole time that he was in office. I'm like, yeah, when we gonna get nuked? I'm waiting because they acted like something horrible was gonna happen when he got elected.
crazy
Evidently, it
man.
was just drama.
Yeah, I was in the Black Student Union, African Student Association, all of
Jesus
those woke
Christ.
RSOs in college, bro. Yeah, I went to the black events. I had an afro at the time. I had a pick with the like Black Power fist or whatever.
Shit.
Yeah,
You a
I
Black
was woke.
Panther.
I believed a lot of crazy stuff that prejudice is not racism. We can be prejudiced but not racist. Like people like Lord Jamar from the Nation of God. He's an old school rapper from Brand Nubian.
Mhm.
Like he's one of the radical people in that group. Not all people in that group are extreme or anti-white, but he is one of those people that have antipathy, that have odium for white people, that have hostility, and it is to be reviled. It is to be despised.
That's insane. So, what was
Yeah,
the was there like a specific event that led you to look the other direction, or was it just like a sequence of you realizing that it was BS, or what?
I think like as I got older, I got wiser. Like I started, like it. I started doing my own research and my own due diligence instead of just blindly believing what certain people said. So
Amen.
I
Amen.
voted for different. Yeah, I just yeah I stopped like certain people I stopped associating with too because they were on that anti-white stuff, calling people pejoratives and slurs and stuff.
All
I
right, it's
couldn't.
so
And like
awkward
you don't
now.
have to be pro. Mhm.
It's so awkward now. Now that I've like left that, I'm
Yeah,
like hyper aware of the fact that a lot of black people just like randomly be talking about white people for no reason whatsoever. I'm like, why are we
crazy.
bringing
They
up
think
white people right now? You're being weird.
yeah they
You're being
deludedly
weird.
think that yeah they're deluded. They deludedly think that anti-white racism is pro-black. Like nah, like
It's
it's
weird.
nah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's crazy, man. They think that you have to be anti other races to be pro black, but you don't have to be that.
Apparently, that's what Ibram X Kendi taught them. You familiar with him, right?
Yeah, he's a clown in my
That
candid opinion. He's a bigot.
he said the only
The
cure for
remedy for
mass
past
discrimination is
racism
present
is
discrimination. Like
yeah
what? This guy is a
that
terrorist. Like, why the hell is he on the
yeah
platform? Why is he rich? Do y'all
yeah the
hear what he said?
bias
Why did he just get a documentary released on Netflix? That was pure propaganda, by the way. I watched it. It was crap.
because he's in the oppressed group. He's in the oppressed. That's why he gets away with this stuff and other You know what I mean? The rest of the woke blacks get away with it.
Craziness. It's absolutely crazy that this double standard is just a thing, and when people like me or you bring it up, it's just like, shut up. Shut up. It don't
Yep.
matter. You're not black anyway. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on
yeah.
a damn second.
A revocation
I
of
am
your
black.
black card. Yeah, they try to call you a coon and all this. Like they called me a coon for saying Kyle rightfully defended himself.
Kyle Rittenhouse. You're not even allowed to have
Crazy,
that perspective. No matter
crazy.
what evidence comes out. It's just like, come on now. Like with George Floyd, people just ignore what the autopsy said. This nigga did not get suffocated. They didn't step on his neck. They
No,
didn't kill him. It says it on the autopsy, and people don't want to believe that. It's just like, what do you mean? Well, so you don't want to accept the truth.
yeah, they have an
Lie.
they have an aversion to the truth. Like, yeah,
Perfect word.
yeah.
Aversion. They literally scared. They act like it's the shit going to break them out or something.
Yeah, bro. They just want to be mad. They just want to be perpetual victims and have this eternal victim mindset. That won't help. You won't grow with that mindset.
Never. Well, let's get into the topic since we both in Chicago, right? Let's talk about our commie mayor. Let's talk about our commie mayor.
Brandon Conson.
Brandon.
Cause he cons. That's a bar.
Oh yeah, Brandon Conson. I like that. I think that's his new
That's a
name for
bar.
me as well, because that's the perfect way to describe him.
He's bugging right now, yo.
Did you hear about? I read this on Twitter. Apparently, he's trying to implement some type of rule or something for where if you go to the city hall meetings they be having, they want to have it so like the people, the audience, the public has to sit behind a glass wall so they don't have to look at them or speak to them. I'm like, that shit sounds pretty unconstitutional to me. Sounds like he's trying to stop people from talking, because my
Tyranny.
husband and I actually went down to City Hall for
Shout out
one
to
of the City Hall meetings just to hear him talk about. He was talking specifically about immigration, and this was back in September. Me and my husband were in there with Trump hats on or MAGA hats on, trying to scare his ass, because we actually got the chance to see Brandon Johnson. And the people who was in there complaining, like they weren't even talking about the immigration. They were in there talking about their own personal shit, like, oh, I want to be a part of the police force, but I said on GD at training, so they won't let me. So what are you gonna do about it, Brandon Johnson? I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, y'all are talking about the wrong thing.
tweaking.
The wrong thing. And I know Brandon Johnson seen us with the MAGA hats on. We was standing out in public. And the craziest thing that happened was a reporter or a journalist from WCCW 11 News took a photo of me and my husband sitting in the audience and scribbled out our faces so you couldn't tell we were black. We're in the MAGA hats. And it was like, oh, look, it's MAGA's here. I'm like, what the hell? So y'all gonna try to edit out our faces to create some type of narrative to scare more people, and you know, dummies out here who are actually gonna be scared. Oh, there's radicals here. I can't believe the fact that Brandon Johnson can sit in front of cameras and blame these immigrants being here on the
Republicans. Yeah, that is no accountability, bro. Like yeah, he execrates accountability, bro. He hates it, bro.
That guy is a loser, bro. I literally can't do anything but laugh. But it's actually not funny. It's actually really fucked up. That's why I'm getting the hell out of the city. I've had enough. I've had enough.
Yeah. Salute to you for moving out of this town, bro. It got worse, man. Like the soft on crime policies, bro. Like that deleterious, man. Crazy, bro.
Not helping anybody. Like they apparently aren't even building, like they were gonna have like apparently like migrant camps for the winter time. They just gave up on that. It's cold as hell now. You know what the weather is right now. It's cold. I got my coat and gloves and hat at this point. The only thing I saw was snow. Super hard, yes, but it's coming. I already know it is. So like, I feel bad for them people. I heard they leaving. I heard they going back to Venezuela. They rather be there than be here. And I don't blame them. It's cold as hell outside.
Wicked cold, man. For real, brutal. Yeah, this guy, he cares more about the illegal immigrants than he does about his own residents, bro. The American-born residents.
Evidently, you point that out. If I see people,
y'all
treat the immigrants better than us. He'll say some shit like the immigrants are black too. Those are our brethren too. I've heard him say that. I'm like, this nigga's insane, and it's actually working. That will work for somebody. That's the craziest part. That will work for some old ass black lady, old ass black man who's
Wow.
been voting Democrat since 1968. They gonna keep voting for the nigga, no matter
Yep.
what he said.
Like they care more about race than they care about the morality, the integrity, the policies. They care about the wrong things, man.
It's
You got
sick.
to place higher importance on the right things, straight up.
People be voting emotionally, yo. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, man, yeah. You, bro, wokeness is a blight. It is a societal disease. It really is.
It is. It literally, and I know that. As somebody who's literally, I was at Black Lives Matter rallies downtown
Yeah,
in the year
yeah,
2020. I was
yeah,
radical. As somebody who's left that side, my life has dramatically changed. So I know for a fact that I had a disease. I feel like a completely different person. I swear to God,
yeah,
like it's like, wow, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that I thought that shit was true. I can't
mm,
believe I believed that.
yeah.
How did I believe that? How did they get me? How did they get me like that? I ain't slow.
Facts,
Got
facts.
caught.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Well, look, I
yeah,
appreciate you so much, Mr. Delot. I have somebody else who
yeah.
put a request out here, but stay wonderful. I really love your vocab, by the way. You taught me like 3
Pre-
words during this
Appreciate
conversation.
it. Yeah, yeah. A
So
lot of
shout
people
out to
call
you.
to me. Yeah, people in high school they called to me Mr. Dictionary. I think somebody in my honors English class. I think.
Hey, shout out to you. Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
cause I took
I'm the
honors
same
in
way.
AP. And yeah,
People used to be like, girl, you using big words on purpose. I'm like, no, I'm not. I forgot
like
I had to dumb down my vocab for y'all. I literally forgot. My bad. I gotta think of an easier synonym.
they got to level up, bro.
Look. But look, I appreciate you, okay? You have a great rest of your
Appreciate
day.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Straight up, no cap.
All right.
One love.
All righty. Let's see. I had Mr. Josie _96 send me a request. Oh, is that
Yo,
you?
yo.
Josie 96? How you doing? How you doing this
Hey,
morning?
hey, hey. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I just wanted to say yeah, I'm actually a fan. I discovered you through this one interview that you did with
Ah! Oh
Congresswoman Mayor like a month
my God!
ago.
Thank you for watching that. Thank you for watching that because I feel like nobody who follows
Yeah,
me watched that interview. And I'm like, excuse me, Tommy is famous. Y'all need to check him out. I was on his show. He invited me.
yeah. It was crazy because I've been watching him for like since I was watching him
Oh,
since like my sophomore year of high school.
oh snap!
I'm
So
27
you
now,
you
so
a long term fan? Okay.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so so that's how I discovered you, and then I'm like, oh, she a Chicago native like me. I stay,
Ah
cause yeah,
snap.
I stay in Roseland, so
Oh, so you know what's up too. You know what's up.
yeah,
You know what's going on over here.
oh yeah, I'm in those wild hundreds, like those immigrants, like when you was mentioning the immigrants, they stay literally like right down the street from the
Oh
police station
yeah,
that I
I know exactly what police station you're
they
talking
stay
about. Yep,
off the expressway
yep, right by
on
Culver's.
Pullman.
Yep, they're all.
Yep. By that Culver that I guess they say that Brandon Johnson helped
He
build or
helped build
whatever.
what?
I mean, I think they said I don't know because when they was doing the commercials and stuff, they were saying like Brandon Johnson was helping like build help like reestablish neighborhoods and stuff like
Oh,
Coleman
they
and
give that
whatnot.
guy way too
Like
much fucking credit.
crazy because I never heard of him. I never heard of yeah because I'm like I never really heard of this guy prior to me because the first time I heard of him was when the elections was first starting and he was doing his campaign and one of the campaigns that he was doing it was like a brunch and me and this band that I played for called We Just Friends we was playing for it and that was like the first time I
Ooh, that's
saw him in
interesting. And
person.
what went on? Did you get a chance to speak with him or anything or hear him talk?
I mean yeah I heard him talk and whatnot but he was talking amongst like the demographic that he was talking to was like preacher a lot of
Say no
black
more.
preachers
I
in the
already
city
know.
and
That
whatnot so
makes perfect sense. He has to get those votes. get those votes funneled in. Apparently, he's a Christian man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever.
I guess most. I just discovered that most
Yeah.
Christians
And that's the
Democratic too.
scariest part of it all.
It is what it is.
You'll have people you try to talk to them about being a Christian, about why. Hey, a lot of democratic policies don't align with what Christians are supposed to be, doing and thinking, and they'll get mad at you. Like, what the hell are you upset about? I thought we was talking about Jesus.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. I'm like, I don't know, but you gotta. I guess it's part of politics. You got to pander to the You got to pander to who you need to pander to.
Now that
Speaking,
I basically undid the knot of what they have going on that party, and I realized how deep it goes. It's like, wow, they really got this together. They got this intricate. They knew what to do. They knew they needed to infiltrate the churches. That's how you get the niggas, because niggas listen to the Bible. They actually listen to what the preacher's saying. They go to church, especially the older black women, black men, specifically black women. They take their kids to church.
Oh no, you get look. Nah, because the thing is, they mostly gonna lean towards the black women, because black women makes up the majority of the congregation in most of these well-established churches. I know, because I play for a lot of them, and they all of the sermons nowadays kind of sort of sound the same. I'm not gonna speak for my church, because my church is a lot different. But I noticed that, like, with some of the churches that I kind of had to affiliate with, some of them kind of do the same thing. They kind of placate more towards the women, and I'll be noticing that most of those women be in particular situations where they're single moms, and I'm like, man, it's like, I don't know.
It's a lot of matriarchs right in the city, Chicago. I mean, if I think back to grammar school or high school, and I think about my friend group, people around me, and I think about how their family units were set up, how many people do I know specifically came from a nuclear family? Not many. Not many at all. I remember noticing from a very young age, like 5th grade, that the people who were at the top of our class tended to be the people who came from 2-parent households. I remember thinking that from a long ass time ago. We had like parent day or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, they got their mom and dad. That's why he a scholar. That's why he's smart. I mean, I was at the top of my class because I had my mom and dad. My mom was going to beat my ass if I had bad grades. Period. So, I mean, I had that reinforcement. Some people just simply did not have that. And realizing that I was honestly at an advantage simply for having both people that made me in my life is like, wow, people are set up for failure from the beginning. From the beginning. Because these matriarchs are not doing their job. They're not. They're getting duped. They're getting duped in church.
That's true. No, for real. And they be trying to make it seem like their situation is supposed to be normal, but it's not. It's not. Like, but it's like you can't. It's like you can't hardly tell them anything, because it's like if you say something, it's almost like if you say something, you get canceled, you get ostracized. Right. Basically, I'm like, how do we get to a point where we fight marginalization by marginalizing other people?
Exactly. and that. Let me ask you: did you So were you ever like a leftist, or have you always been based? Because you obviously based.
I'm pretty much neutral. It's like I kind of see, because my thing is I grew up kind of seeing how everything was kind of leaning all the way left, Like I grew up having to watch the Ruby Bridges story, and and watching Roots, and pretty much having to grow up watching all of those movies as a kid, and having everybody come to the conclusion that we're white people is bad, we're victimized, and things of that nature. But then I started to like the older I got, the more I kind of saw that everything isn't as black and white as
literally
they made it.
Literally,
seem, I'm like, nah. It started being like, nah, y'all, y'all that's leaning left is, y'all
literally,
are kind of tweaking too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all literally do the same. Y'all literally y'all doing the same thing that y'all say that Republicans are doing, but y'all just doing it differently. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing it in a way to where it kind of it numbs us. It numbs us from the
Yeah.
pain. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I get what some people say. I get what some people say about Donald Trump. Because most of the reason I talk to a lot of my friends, and they say, you know, mostly the reason why they hate Donald Trump is because he's racist. I'm like, well, all of them are racist. Every last one of them are racist. But they be saying, but he
Bro,
be showing it. I'm like,
arguing with niggas about
so
how Trump is racist is
I'm
like
like,
it's a brain exercise. It really is. Cause niggas they cannot tell
I'm
you what
like,
he said that was racist, but they're so adamant that he's racist. It's like it's insane seeing how that media brainwashing is like literally taking place before your eyes. It's like, how are you saying this right now? How?
and how is him being? My thing is, how is him being racist finna mess up my
That's what
money?
I'm saying. It's like, well, what the fuck about Joe Biden? What about Joe Biden? What about Mr. You ain't black if you don't vote for me? No, I don't hear nobody calling that guy racist. That shit he said was racist.
I'm like, bro, you know what's crazy? I always mention that. I'm like, y'all sat here and let Joe Biden. Y'all were so adamant of getting Trump out of office that y'all let Joe Biden slide with saying one of the most racist things I've ever heard say on national television. I'm like, this man literally just became the arbiter of. Y'all let this man literally become the arbiter of
It's
who is most
embarrassing.
black. I'm like, I'm like, that man said, y'all don't vote for me, y'all ain't black. And all of y'all niggas turned into Helen Keller. That's crazy.
Helen Keller. No, seriously. Seriously, that's exactly what
Y'all didn't
happened
hear
for me.
nothing.
I
Y'all
just
didn't
can't
see.
believe that people will sit here and say that Trump is racist, but don't say nothing about Joe Biden. Every black person you talk to will tell you
I'm
Trump is
like,
racist. I have never had a black person by themselves tell me that Joe Biden was racist ever. To this day, I will be the only black person to say it.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, y'all do realize that he helped establish that
Exactly.
little
The
three-strike rule.
1994 crime bill, all the stuff they be
Like,
crying about, saying this institutionalized racism is the very thing that they'll vote for.
right. I'm like, y'all. I'm like, Joe Biden was a part of all of that, but because y'all hate Trump so much, that's why I'm like, man, we've gotten to the point where we just got too emotional when it comes to certain things. Because it's like we're
Yep.
not thinking with any type of
And you
logic.
know what? And you know what I believe that
I'm like,
the
y'all.
nucleus of that is that thought processing. I believe that people are emotional. A lot of people are getting more and more emotional with as the years go by because they're being raised by women. And I'm saying this as a woman. I know I'm
Oh
emotional,
yeah.
and that's fine. I'm not mad at that. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think I'm different than a man, and that makes me different. That makes me a woman. That's nothing wrong with it. But bitches, they don't like acknowledging that.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's just like, why can't you acknowledge that you're different? That you need somebody else to counteract your behavior because men and women are opposites. They're different, and it's a good thing. It's a beautiful balance. So y'all raising these men, trying to raise these little boys to be men, and y'all are raising them to be beta males. They're emotional as hell. They're emotional. They're emotional. They're crying about somebody being
Oh yeah.
racist. He said something that was mean that I didn't like. You're a grown ass man. Why are you even saying this? Why do you care? Why do you care?
I'm like, why do y'all care about? My thing is, as much as we throughout the past couple of decades talked about white people, I don't even understand why we would even care about some of the racist stuff that white politicians
That's what
say.
I'm
I would
saying.
think that
I'm
we
like,
got
that's
used to it
racist
by
as
now.
y'all be. As racist as y'all are. Why do y'all even care? I thought y'all didn't give a fuck about white people in their opinion. I thought they were inferior to you. I thought you looked down on them. I thought they stunk. I thought
I'm
they didn't
like,
wash their legs. What happened to that?
and which is why I never understood why a lot of black people say we can be prejudiced but we can't
And
be
that's why I have
racist.
this
I'm like,
dictionary in my hand. I'm waiting for this
I thought that
lady
the purest.
to come on my
I'm
live.
like,
She was
that's
arguing with me in my comments, telling me that I didn't know the definition of racism. I didn't know the difference between racism and prejudice.
because you wanna know what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna know what's crazy. Me and my homie, we was just talking about that last night because he said He said something about, because I guess we was around a whole bunch of white people. And he was like, man, we need to get out, we need to get away from these white people. Woo woo. I'm like, I was like, that's kind of racist. He was like, man, I can't be racist. I can be prejudiced, but I can't be racist. And I'm like, I wanted him to elaborate on that, but we
Bro,
never
and
had
the
the
thing
time
is
to.
when
But
these niggas casually
honestly,
say that,
but
it's like,
my thing is,
what did you just
I've
say?
always thought.
What the hell did you just say?
But I've always thought that black ever since, I'm like, think of all these organizations that have been created. You got the Hoteps, you had the Black Panthers, you got the Hebrew Israelites. Literally, all of these the Nation of Islam. Literally, all of these groups believe that white people are inferior to us. But I'm like, they feel like they're inferior to us, and they walk and talk and present themselves that way. You know how many times I was around. I have a couple of Hebrew Israelite friends of mine, and they always talk about how they guilt trip white people so much to the point where they be having white people kissing their boots, kissing their feet, and bowing to them. I'm like, and my thing is, even if it's at a less grander scale than what white people have done to us, I'm like, that's still kind of racist,
And if it was the other way
because in a
around,
way,
the niggas would
because in
have
a
a field day with it. You would never hear the end of the shit. What?
no, you wanna know what's crazy? I always talk about how it's always talked about how when you oppress, when the people who are oppressed end up oppressing people the most, if
Yep.
not more than how they were oppressed. I honestly feel like if the roles were reversed nowadays, bro, and if the roles were reversed nowadays, we would go right back into slavery. But instead, it would be us enslaving white people, and we would do it even worse. And we would
For
do it even
sure.
worse than what they
For
did
sure.
to us
I've
400
stated
years
this
ago.
recently, actually. I'm like, damn, we gonna fuck around and go back to slavery. And niggas gonna take it off the deep end. Y'all thought slavery was bad, but white people know these niggas are about to
I'm
take it
like,
off the deepest of deep ends, because these niggas are crazy. I know some crazy niggas who don't give a
nah,
FUCK, especially these godless
yeah,
ones who don't care about shit.
yeah, and I'm just it's crazy because I'm just like, y'all literally have a mindset to where y'all feel like in every way possible these groups of people are inferior to y'all. I thought that was what the true definition of racism is, but then you guys ended up politicizing it
Exactly.
to where it's
Thank
not
you.
that anymore.
Politicizing it. I can't believe that people act like they don't know what's going on, and they claim to be
I'm
Christians.
like,
But as a Christian, how the hell are you going to think that you're better than somebody else based on your skin color? That's fucked up.
yeah, my thing is, and that's why I kind of had an issue with some Christians, but mostly, I kind of wanted to ask some of my Hebrew Israelite friends that, because I asked them, I'm like, the reason the whole, because we kind of know the story of Nat Turner. Basically, what Nat Turner did was he ended up finding out some of those scriptures that they were using specifically to keep black people enslaved. But he ended up realizing that they were the people that we were the people that they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? And actually, the roles were reversed, and now they trying to implement that same. I'm like, what they don't realize is that they trying to implement that same type of system that those white people, like, like the Klansmen and them, were using. I'm just like, man, y'all just acting
But
like a bunch of
don't let them hear
Negroes.
you say that. They don't want to hear that
The
though.
only thing is,
I actually was speaking to a Hebrew Israelite, and I had my MAGA hat on. The dude told me he wouldn't talk to me with that white supremacist hat on my head. I was like, whoa, okay, boo. Whatever.
I'm like that, and that, which is crazy because my thing is, they all
Yeah,
about debate. They
I
all
know.
about debating. They all about debate. But I realize they kind of sort of pick and choose
Yeah, because
who they
they know
want
who they can
targeted.
take on in a
And
debate, and
not
who
even
who
just
has them
them.
intellectually
They do the
eclipsed.
nation of some of them some radical Christians do the same thing. some radical Christians and a lot of them don't even read the Bible within its context. They be doing the same thing. Some people from the Nation of Islam be doing the same thing. A lot of the Hoteps be doing the same thing. It's like they pick and choose
Oh,
who they want to
hold on
censor.
1 second. I
But they
got
see
somebody in the
somebody like,
comments who said no one can be racist but white people due to the fact that they have created an entire system that is against other people. White people are not oppressed. Oppressed people cannot be racist. Baby, I'm not oppressed. Speak for yourself. She also went on to say, I hope y'all get some real education and scholarship. You should have stuck to the hair content, sweetheart. Whoa! So it must be a former fan. Hey, IHGBHYRFJJ, please send me a request so we
wow.
can debate. Learn the difference between racism and prejudice. I've been waiting for somebody to say that I
The
have my
fact that they
dictionary
created.
with the definition of racism. I'm going to go ahead and go to it now. Please join.
Here's my thing. So if you say that we're oppressed, so how? So you basically saying that black people
Apparently.
right
And
now
it's
are being
pathetic when
oppressed?
people say that. Like, I'm not oppressed. I don't know how many times I have to say that I'm not oppressed. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I have to automatically
Yeah,
subscribe to
I'm
what y'all are
like.
saying about oppression. I'm not oppressed. Nobody's holding me down. So speak for yourself.
So my thing is, I wanna ask this person, like,
Right. I want to know
do you
too.
feel like you oppressed? Because if you feel like, yeah, because my thing is, if you feel like if you feel like you're oppressed, then okay. But if you don't feel like you're oppressed, and and if you speak for everybody else by saying that you don't feel like you're oppressed, then how is it racism
That's an
how
excellent
is
question.
racism still
Let
existing?
me go ahead and quickly just read off the definition of racism from my dictionary from the year 2005 that has not been, altered by the left as the real definition has been. Where is it? Give me 2 seconds. I hope this person is still on the live because I need you to see the definition of racism right quick. Hold on, let me turn this camera around. Okay. So we got the dictionary. Where is the word racism at? Am I slow? RACI. Okay. Where is it? Race. Oh, here we go. Okay, racism. A belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. Second definition, racial prejudice or discrimination. Racial prejudice or discrimination. She said, get a Webster's 1828 dictionary. No, I got a Webster's 2005 dictionary. Do you see that it says racism and prejudice are synonyms? Do you see that? Do you see it? So anybody who's saying that racism and prejudice are two different things is brain dead. Because the dictionary says otherwise. And I don't give a damn about what y'all radical 2020 plus dictionaries say. Racism is when you're treating somebody like shit based off their skin color. And when y'all are telling white people that they don't matter and they need to die, they need to get genocided because they're white, that shit is racist.
Here's my thing. If you're discriminating, my thing is, let's just say you're discriminatory towards a particular race. If you end up having some type of power to where, if you end up having some type of political power to where, you have
Yeah.
power to influence other people, what's going to stop you from in modern day terms of being racist towards that particular
Nothing's
group
gonna
that you're
stop you. You're
discriminatory
gonna
against?
go all out with the shit. And I don't know why people try to play dumb and act like black
Because
people can't
because
possibly
what
get
they're
power.
saying, because basically what they're saying is that the difference between they're saying that the difference between prejudice and racism is literally political power. So you mean to tell me that all I got to do is have enough power
I
to be
mean, look at
racist?
Trump.
Okay, let's just say, I'm like, my thing is, what people don't understand is that it's the same mindset. One group of people have the power. One group of people have a particular amount of power, and the other group doesn't. That's all that means. Other than that, the two people who still have the same type of mentality. I need to get White people be like, hey, I need to get away from these niggas, and black people be like, I need to get
It
away
is
from
what
these
it is.
crackers.
I mean, I like We in Chicago.
They both.
You and I know this city is segregated as fuck. You know where niggas are. You know where the Mexicans are. You know where the white people. You know where everybody goes. They go where they go. They stay where they at. The city is segregated naturally.
Exactly.
Nobody's
All you
forced
gotta
that
do
shit.
is hop. Man, in
Yeah,
this city, all you gotta do is hop on the red line, and you
exactly.
will find out. You
So
will
can't
find that
nobody
out
tell me that
real quick.
segregation is
You
not
won't.
like a thing
Once you
people
get
naturally do.
past,
But what I was about to say something, I done forgot. Oh, people speak on the fact that black people don't have any power. We would never have power, but Obama was the president of a majority white country. They voted for the nigga twice. What about that? And the fact that Obama just was a producer of a movie that's currently on Netflix. In the movie, a black girl says, it was like an apocalypse type movie, and she was like, in the end times, trust can't be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. She said that in the movie. The movie was hyper focused on race. Obama has his name on the shit though, and I'm like, what the hell? But God forbid a Republican has his name on a movie that's
man,
talking about
the
some
woman
radical
that
shit like
raised
that. It wouldn't even made it to Netflix.
the woman that raised Obama, the woman that raised
He had a
Obama
white
was
mommy.
white, so that don't
Exactly.
even surprise me. Yep. So
That guy, right? He's not black.
he's biracial,
Niggas
but
call him black. Niggas will claim somebody who's biracial as black if they want to. If they want to. Because it only applies in certain circumstances.
if they want, I'm like, I promise you that's subjective because they definitely did that
That's
on
what I was
Zendaya.
just about to say. I was just about to bring up Zendaya because something interesting I just thought about was like, hey, Zendaya's dating with Tom Holland. She was a white guy. I don't see no black women being upset about that though. You know how a lot of the time, like if a basketball player or somebody dates a white
because
person,
they
a
look
white
at.
lady, they'll lose their shit. Black women lose their shit. But with Zendaya, nobody cares.
Ooh, boy, you wanna know what's crazy? I made a whole TikTok video about that when they was talking about the whole Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing because for whatever reason I went on the Shade Room and saw the whole thing with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and black people and mostly black women was acting a whole ass. It was so embarrassing because I'm just like, they was over there talking about he left Kayla Nicole
That's
for
so
this,
damn
he
racist,
left
bro.
Kayla Nicole for the flat ass. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, that's crazy. You want to know what's crazy? I said, now if the roles were reversed, man, it would be a freaking civil war. It would be a whole civil war in this country. I'm like, imagine if you may. I said, imagine if, like, let's just get a particular sports athlete. I said,
Mm-hmm.
let's take John Morant, right? Let's just say John Morant was dating this random white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was dating this random white girl, and all the white girls is happy about this particular relationship
Mm-hmm.
that John Morant has with this white girl. And for whatever reason, whether it was John Morant cheating or whatever was going on, they end up breaking up somehow. And later on, John Morant end up
With a black girl.
uh, developing a relationship with with a black girl. Like, let's just say
Right.
a famous black girl like Coco Jones. Same
Mm-hmm.
same type of situation, right? And all you see is Coco Jones at all of the Memphis Grizzlies games cheering. You see her at the front
Yeah.
of the court cheering for John Morant, and all you see in the comment section is a whole bunch of white girls going crazy talking about she left such and such
Yep.
white girl for
That wouldn't even
this,
happen though.
for
That's the
that.
crazy part. These white girls
Nigga,
don't give a
niggas would act, but imagine if that would have happened. Niggas would have acted a
It would be so
whole
many think pieces
ass on
dropping
the
about that
internet.
shit. They would milk that shit till
It would be
2030.
so
They would be
crazy.
talking about that shit forever.
Bro,
100%.
they will milk that
Oh
verse
my
of what happened to
god.
Emmett Till. I promise you they would. I promise you they would. Think about it. If the roles were reversed, they will turn the whole world on. They
You're
will
right.
turn the whole world on his ass if that happened. But I'm like, so why are they? So why are black women acting like this? I'm like, this is a white dude. Why are y'all so pressed? Why are y'all so pressed about this man leaving this black girl for a white woman? It makes the way we supposed to be speaking about how black people are supposed to be coming together. It should make
Well,
sense to
apparently they
y'all,
want us to
right?
go back to when it was illegal
No, you ain't.
to mix races and shit. That's what they want. Evidently.
No, they don't care. They don't care about, but they don't care about that. They just want to make sure that
Right.
black men don't end up getting with white women, because then that's when Dr. Umar is going to come out of his cave that he calls his school, and
Oh
say
my
something.
God.
Like that's when he's gonna come out of his cave and say something. But God forbid, if you see all of these black women with all these Paul walls, ain't nothing gonna be said. Ain't nothing gonna be said, man. Like I'm like, y'all pick and
Yeah,
choose when y'all politicize things too much, and then y'all pick and choose when y'all wanna be complaining about certain things. I'm like, man,
yeah, it's very
it's
aggravating, and it's
irritating.
more aggravating when people want to act like they don't know what you're talking about. Like what happened to old girl in the comments? I wanted her to join and explain how racism and prejudice are different.
Man, MLK rolling in his grave. MLK is turning into Jeff Hardy and doing swantons in his
Yeah,
grave.
MLK wasted his damn
He doing
time because
all
you
types
niggas
of
didn't even.
backflips.
I mean, I had girls saying they never wanted to be integrated. I'm like, so what the hell we get integrated for?
Man, no, because here's the reason why they wanted to do integration. And my thing is, we didn't have enough. The reason why we got integrated is because white people ended up realizing that we were so good at everything that they were doing that we were doing it
Right.
better than they are. That they were, with
Mm-hmm.
the little numbers that we had. Like if we had just as many black people in the country as white folks, even back in like the early 1900s, and they ended slavery, man, we would have had as many HBCUs as PWIs, if not more. We would have way more educated black people than white people. We would have way more black thriving black communities than white communities. I mean, we was just, with the little numbers that we had, we kind of proved that we were better at everything than white folks. So then white folks was like, you know what? Let's just throw some money at them and buy and buy what they have. And if we can't do that, we just gonna burn that shit down. It was like they kind of gave us an ultimatum. It was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, this ain't working out. We see that y'all making a whole bunch of money and stuff. So let's all come together. It was never they realized the error of their ways things. It was literally a monetary gain. That was how integration happened. Because I promise you, if we would have made the choice to still be segregated, then it really would have been a problem for those white people. It ain't had. I'm like, it's like we kind of succeeded, but we kind of ended up being counterproductive at the same time, because now it's like they own everything that we do. Anything that we do ourselves, they gonna end up buying from us, and that's even prevalent to this day. So
Yeah.
it's a shame.
So shit went, but niggas now want to be segregated the completely other way, and God forbid, it's done from the white angle, because niggas are gonna have a problem with that. It's white supremacy. Black people can't
Oh
be
yeah.
racist. Okay, new energy.
Oh yeah.
Look, I really appreciate you for staying up for so long. I appreciate you for following me from Tommy. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some more people on here. I appreciate this conversation. I'm gonna clip this. It's gonna be on YouTube. So thank you so much. You have a great day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So new energy. I got a question. Would you like to join to discuss how black people can be racist? Because we've been lied to. If you believe that we don't have the systemic power to be racist, I have a dictionary definition that's going to blow your mind. Because do you believe that racism is like prejudice plus power? Do you believe that? Because I know that's the definition that, is being taught now. I was taught that definition personally. The definition is BS. I have the definition of racism from this dictionary from the year 2005. And anybody who's telling you that black people can't be racist, they can be prejudiced, though, they're lying. Because prejudice and racism are synonyms. They mean the same thing. So there's no such thing as trying to separate prejudice from racism. You can't. They mean the same thing. I'm going to read the definition of racism. Racial prejudice or discrimination. A belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of another race. So if you believe that your race is superior because of your race, that's being racist. White supremacy, black supremacy is also a thing. But y'all ain't ready. Look, I've been on here for about an hour. I'm finna go get some breakfast. I might hop back on here later tonight at 8. So tune back in. The original lady who I was supposed to get on here with to discuss the definition of racism never made an appearance. I told her 11. I'm gonna see what maybe she had the time zones mixed up or something. But yeah, shout out to everybody, to the Lock Nation, and to what's the other guy's name? What's your name? Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Oh, no, wait, what was your name? Who was just on here? Oh, and Josie96. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'll be back tonight, maybe.